I don't know, but what you cooking, man?
We all not gonna be together. This ain't no damn unity party with punks. This ain't no unity party with people who don't want the true liberation of black people. This ain't no unity party with betrayers and snitchers and hypocrites and weak-minded, weak-blooded, spineless black people. This ain't that kind of party. So you take your raggedy ass on home. But those who want liberation, those who want to see black people really free at last. You walk away from these punctified Negroes.
GTTC.
What's good? Who with me? What's good? Welcome to the Wyatt Live 1 p.m. Facts Over Feeling Show. Who with me this evening? Who's sitting at their desk right now like, damn, that was a long-ass intro. I got to get back to work. He playing. What's good with everybody this afternoon? It is 1 p.m. It's a little bit after 1 p.m. It's a lot after 1 p.m., but we here. Damn it. I don't want to hear a complaint. I don't want to hear a complaint. What's good with everybody? We good? Today is Friday Eve. Friday Eve. Welcome to everybody. I don't want to say what I normally say, and that is I almost didn't make it. But as you can see, I'm here in the studio instead of the office. So I rushed down the expressway or up the expressway to make it home so I can do a live show from the studio here, and you can get a better look at me, hear me better, and I can do it from a more of a professional setting. So I want to thank everybody. I do apologize for yesterday's, the distortion in the video. I'm working on it. I have to, because right next door to my office downtown where I did that filming yesterday, that's where the studio is going to be. And that's where I have to have a better, internet connection and all of that. It's going to be square. It's going to be point. I ain't never done nothing that wasn't on point. I'm just being honest with you. I don't think I ever done a professional fight card in the city. And people was like, oh, that was trashy. That was garbage. The fights was horrible. Every fight card is gonna have some bad fights. That's why we do those fights before y'all asses get to the arena. That's why those are the fights that happen. If the show starts at 7 o'clock, when the doors, if I say doors open at 7, by 8:05, there's somebody in the ring that you don't really want to watch. I'm just being honest. So we put them up first. Usually they're out of town guys or girls. And it's not that they can't fight, it's just that they're not the city attraction. I'm not the type of guy that say somebody can't fight. I don't call fighters bums, sleds, cab drivers, Uber drivers. I personally don't do that because I think it takes a certain caliber of strength in order to get in a ring of any kind and say you about to fight somebody. I ain't gonna do it. My days of that are well over with. I am not gonna do it. I knew a long time ago. Look, let me just give y'all this short synopsis because there's a lot of people that wondered if I ever fought before. Well, I did. And here's the thing. I fought in Little League and I kept it there. And I'm not afraid nor ashamed to say it. I fought in the little leagues. Because here's the thing. I was an athlete. I was very fast. I was fast with my hands from baseball and all that old shit. Had a lot of strength in my wrist. You know what I mean? That comes from baseball, basketball. I played all sports down at the Boys and Girls Club. Went over to the neighborhood house a few times as a little boy and was like, I don't really want to do this here. Then I moved out of town and ended up playing some more sports and then got into boxing. I went to this school. It wasn't really a school. It was an academy, and it was called the Chuck Norris Academy. And I was like, I want to try this karate shit. I want to try karate. I want to try that. Yeah. I want to try karate. And karate wasn't for me because you had to have I don't kick and shit well. I'm not real flexible. I couldn't do the kicks and the stretches that it took to be able to make those capable kicks. It wasn't for me. But I had really good upper body strength. My legs were strong to keep me stable, but I didn't have karate type legs. Kicking and all. I just wasn't built for it, okay? So I got to a place where I started boxing and doing some things, but I was a little boy. I was a little kid. And I was a bad boy in the gym. I was fast with the hands. I could hit the bag. I could do all that old shit. I could get out the way. I was cool when the coach was punching. I would make it slipping, knocking shit down. I was doing all that. Till it got to the sparring section. I can hit the hell out the bag, but the bag don't punch back. I'm just being honest. When I got a motherfucker in front of me that was punching back, it was a little bit, I thought I was Sugar Ray Leonard back in the day. All right, I really thought that I was kicking the shit out of that bag. I'm just being honest. I used to be Sugar Ray Leonard and the bag was Hagler. The bag was whoever was in the way. But I got a secret to tell. The bags never hit back. They don't hit back. And whenever I got in a situation where somebody was hitting back, I wasn't Sugar Ray Leonard anymore. I didn't like that. I wanted to be the champ. I even had the little bitty ass TWA. Y'all know what the TWA is. Sugar Ray Leonard had a TWA. Teeny weeny afro. I had one of those. I was Suge. I was the sugar man. Killing that bag. And coach took us over to another gym and was like, we're going to work out with them. And I'm like, shit, where the bag at? Hell yeah, where the bags at? Wasn't no bags. It was just a ring up there. I was like, y'all going to bring the bags in the ring? What the fuck? What we got going on here? And they're like, nah, Lil Rand, you got to get in with him, little dude. I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. What, he going to hold the mitts? That's cool. Nah, we putting on headgear. I put on the headgear. He put on the headgear. And I threw a couple jabs. I threw a couple jabs. He slipped them and came back under with an uppercut. And it connected. And I said, oh, shit. This bag hit back. It hit back. And I held my own against dude because he was one. Let me tell y'all what coaches do, and they dead wrong for this. And coaches, let me tell y'all something. I hate y'all to this day for doing shit like this. I'm going to tell you what they do. They pull your whole card right away. I don't care how old you are. You know how many mothers, listen, I'm gonna get to the story. You know how many mothers call me and say, hey, Wyatt, my son act a fool. I want to get him in boxing. I want to get him in boxing. Do you know of any gyms? Oh, hell yeah, I know some gyms. And see, I tell the mother right away, how bad is he? Because that bad shit at school don't mean nothing in the gym. Everybody bad. You could be the nicest kid to yourself on your iPad over in the gym, and he'll put an ass kicking on you because he ain't get. Everybody in the gym is bad with the hands. So I would ask the mothers like, well, let me ask you, how bad is your son? Well, he acting a fool in school. I said, is he fighting in school? Well, yeah, he getting into altercations in school and this and that. I said, is he on bully mode? Is he a bully? Nah, they say he is, but I don't think he is. But if he gonna fight, I want him to fight. If he gonna fight somebody, let him fight somebody. I just want him to get a taste of it. So I know once I hear the mama talk, once I hear the mother talk, and the mother say, I need him to come down a little bit. Like I need to, you know what I'm saying? Like I need him to be grounded a little bit. I know where to send him. I send him right over the Real Deal. I send him right over to Coach Buck and them. You know why? Or Mike Stafford and them down at the Golden Gloves. But let me tell you why I'm upset at a lot of boxing coaches. Y'all do this shit. Y'all look, let me just be honest, because this is my experience. Every time they put you in the ring with somebody, it's usually somebody that's close to being the baddest MF in the gym. If you a 6-year-old and you bad as hell in the neighborhood, and when you go to a gym thinking you that same bad, them coaches got a surprise for your ass. They gonna show you who bad. They gonna put you in there. If your son is 9 years old, there is a 6-year-old waiting in that gym to put an ass whooping on him. I promise you. Did you hear me? If you got a 9-year-old who is talking shit at school and think he the baddest motherfucker in the city, I got a 6-year-old over at Real Deal Gym that'll put an ass whooping on him any day of the week you want to bring him over there. I'm just being honest. A 6-year-old. So the mothers, the mothers who always talk to me and say, hey, my son acting up in school. Oh, you for real? You trying to bring him down to earth? How old is he? 12? Oh, yeah, I got a 9-year-old that'll whoop his ass. I'm just being honest. And I wasn't really the guy that had to get his ass whooped, but I know the pattern. It's been like that since I was a little kid. It has been like that since I was a child. I got put in the ring with a dude that just put an ass whooping on me from start to finish. And the reason why they do that, it's designed to do that. It's not to snatch your confidence away. It's to tell you, it's to let you know, let your mama know, let the coaches know if you really want to be there. Because everybody a badass on the streets. But when it come down to really fighting, it take a technique and a skill. Technique and a skill. That's why you don't really see a lot of boxers out here putting hands on people, because it is a sense of discipline. Now, I'm not suggesting all of them, but 90% of them are just non-violent out of the ring. Like they will whoop your ass if you ask for it. You do some shit at the club and tick them off or do some shit that you would mess up anybody's life with, they will put an ass whooping on you. But for the first, they just don't run the streets being bullies. It's just like they say you have to have discipline to do karate. You have to be disciplined to be a professional boxer or a boxer, period. It takes a skill. It's a craft. So y'all that think, I got criticized one time because of one of the things that I had invested in the city of Cincinnati. And I've done it in Florida as well. And that is I invested in some kids that I knew, hey, look, if they ain't kicking nobody ass in the ring, they could be out here in the streets kicking somebody's ass. So what would I rather invest in? Do I want to bond these kids out of jail? Or do I want to keep them in bonded in a situation where they can utilize their skills and pick up discipline from like Coach Buck and them over at Real Deal? And that's why I gave mine. That's what I donated my money to. That's what I try to keep that's what keeps me feeling like I'm engaged with the community, is because the way I keep kids off the streets is keeping them in the gym. Somebody did it for me. It wasn't boxing. It was the Boys and Girls Club. That shit was free for me. It was $3 a year for a membership card. $3. That's how long ago it was. You can't get shit for $3 these days. You can't even go through McDonald's with $3. But I got a membership at the Boys and Girls Club for $3 for the whole year. And I'm going to tell you, that wasn't easy times either. Because I'm going to tell you, when your card came up expired, I used the same card for about 3 years, though. I got away with that shit for a long time. That same little broke up, bent up ass card. Y'all remember how them Boys and Girls Club cards used to be, the little white ones? And they write what you are, cadet, midget, junior, senior, whatever on it. And you had a card member number. And then it had the expiration date that always happened to get rubbed off. Mine was always smeared because I used it for 3 years. Y'all know I was a midget for 4 years. You only a midget for a year. Yeah, I played on the midget card. But that's what it is. For my small people, don't get offended. That was a terminology used in the Boys and Girls Club. Midget, okay? That was a category. It was a category. All right? So let's get to it. How's everybody doing on this Friday Eve? Y'all still at work? If you're still at work, I'll take it easy on you. If you're still at work, today is Thursday. You're doing some work today because you ain't going to do shit tomorrow. You're not going to do anything tomorrow at work, and I know it. All right? You don't go back to work till Tuesday. You'll be up on Monday. You'll be there on Monday, but you ain't going to do no work till Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Today is your Friday for real. I already know. I've been there. That all being said, let's get to a topic. All right, yesterday, what did we talk about yesterday? Yesterday, we talked about, oh my God, good luck getting there, bro. Trennis Brown, that's Popeye, y'all. That's the black Popeye. He said, headed to Florida, flying Allegiant. You might be headed to Florida. You getting on something. If you're getting on an Allegiant flight, you only paid $39. You paid $39 to get to Florida, and you think you're going to get to Florida. You ain't going to get there today. We'll see you there by Tuesday. You ain't going to get there today. What time is your flight, Trennis? Is your flight today? What time is your flight? Put it in the screen, bro. I got to have fun with this shit. I rode Allegiant 10 years ago. I fall out if I see an Allegiant gate where I'm at. I know it's delayed. It's going to be delayed till Tuesday. He said 1:45. Then bro, it's delayed. Your flight is at 1:45. You ain't going to get on that flight till probably about 11:30 tonight. And you'll get to Florida probably by Tuesday. Y'all know Allegiant is really the new Greyhound. I'm being honest. My new time, 3 p.m. No, it's not. That's what they telling your ass. Your flight is leaving. It was supposed to leave at 1:45. You know they didn't really have no crew. They didn't really have a staff. They just put that shit on some paper to make you think you leaving at 1:45. They trying to put a staff. They trying to put a crew together right now. That's why I know that you won't be leaving. I don't know if you in Cincinnati headed to Florida or where you are, but wherever the fuck you are, you're going to be there for a while. Because I'm telling you, you're not going to leave till tonight. And you might get there you'll get there in a couple days. Relax. Go to the store and get you something that lasts long, like some peanuts or something. You in Cincy? Okay, yeah. All right. Go get you you better go get you something that lasts long. Go get you some of them dinner mints or some shit, because you're going to need them. Ain't nothing worse than laying around in a dirty-ass airport. It looked clean, but it's not. It's not. And Allegiant, bro, who told you that? Who convinced you? Who told you that was the best way to fly? You liable to be flying that motherfucker yourself, bro, to be honest with you. I'm just being honest. Anybody got their license? I got 17 eyes. I'm just playing. He said, I love Allegiant. Okay. Well, shit, you must not have anywhere to be at a certain time. I'm just being, because if you got to be somewhere at a certain time, like my schedule, the reason why I fly the way I fly, because I got shit to do. I got places to be, and I got to be there at a certain time, and Allegiant just can't do that for me. Allegiant can't do that for me. Spirit can't do that for me. And what's that other one? No offense, y'all, that fly on Frontier and all that old shit, no offense. But let me tell you this short story real fast before I get into this crazy-ass topic. Remember when the strike happened? That was the last time I flew like regular, if you want to call it that. I took a trip. Matter of fact, let me tell you what it was. I think I told y'all this story before. I and my wife and I flew from Cincinnati to Vegas for the Adrian. Look, I had a booked flight and everything the way I fly. And then at the last minute, I had people that wanted to go. And I'm like, okay, all right, fuck it. I'll go with y'all. We can go together. I said, I got to, if I'm on Fly Frontier, I got to be in first class because I ain't trying to get kicked in the head by the baby behind me. I ain't trying to have nobody change no Pampers and shit around me on my flight. I don't want to hear the dude next to me Walkman and shit. You know that. I don't want to hear all that coming out of the speakers of his headset. I don't want to be bothered. So I'm like, all right, if as long as I can book and I get in first class, I'm straight. Okay. Found out Frontier don't have a they don't have a first class. So I'm like, I booked it because you see the plane and you know what seat you select your seat. And now I don't have a G5. Who said that? Daryl. He said I would have thought you had a G5. Why? I don't have a G5. Now don't get it twisted. G5 is in my blood. I've never proclaimed to own a G5. I've told people on here plenty of times I do not own a G5, but G5 is in my blood. I'm just being honest. Now, here it is. Check it. I booked my flights on Frontier. My wife is with me. And my children, we all going out there. And I'm like, y'all told me at the last minute and got friend. Okay, let's go. I'll ride with y'all and a couple friends that wanted to go to the fight. It was the Adrian Broner versus Pac-Man fight. See what I'm saying? I canceled the way that I was going to get there. Trennis said, what's a G5? That's what it is, Trennis. It's showing the hell ain't no Allegiant plane. I'm just playing. It's a private flight. It's a private airplane. G5 is a particular style of plane that you fly when you fly private. It's usually like a 10 to 12 passenger plane. All right. It'll fit 15 comfortably, but that's what it is. But anyway, long story short, I book our flights and I take the front row of the airplane. Tracy said, do you fly out of Lunken? I have. Lunken's a little further drive for me. I fly out of an airstrip in Butler County. I'll say that. I'm just going to leave it there. I fly out of Butler County. It's a little bit past the Westchester area, which is a little closer to my home. I live in between Dayton and Cincinnati. So I go, he said it costs approximately $10K. Something like that. It all depends on where you're going. But I have flown out of Lunken Airport before. It's not really, to be honest with you, I'll be honest and tell you, Lunken Airport is cool, but Lunken Airport is a little bit more expensive when you fly like that. Okay? Lunken Airport has higher fees than this other place that I'm referring to. So, let me just get to this. I book our flight. And I'm looking for first class. I'm just going to be honest with y'all. Judge me if you want to, damn it. I just don't want to sit all the way in the back next to the bathroom. So I sit right in the front because I'm thinking that's going to be first class in Frontier. Frontier don't have first class. So I'm sitting right in the front, which is damn near in the cabin with the captain. Because them Frontier planes they ain't Delta. You got to be honest. They're not Delta. All right. So this was the Adrian Broner versus Manny Pacquiao fight. This was during a strike. The air control people. They were striking. They union strike and all that old shit. I didn't know that. I didn't know they were on strike. So they had fake ones, scabs, alternative people in there. And man, listen, I didn't know. So we get on the flight. We fly all the way to Vegas. It's about 3.5, 4 hours or whatever. We get to going down. Can y'all see my hand? We're going down with the airplane, coming down to the runway. And as we're coming down, I'm chilling. Everything good. It was a great flight. I didn't have any problems. I seen a whole lot of people that I knew on that plane. and I got a whole lot of different kind of looks. You already know when people really like you and when they don't, just the way they side-eye you. I told you I don't like them side-eye motherfuckers. I don't like side-eye people. People that look at you side-eye, there's a reason. There's a reason why they look at you like. There's a reason. So we coming down, and as we're coming down, I'm like, okay, no problem. Shit is good. Gravy, we here. I'm getting my shit out my bag, ready to go, As we come down, I feel this big jerk, like, woo. We shoot right back up. We literally were coming down the landing. The landing gear came down. You can hear it. It's a Frontier plane, and felt it and heard it and everything. As we're coming down, all of a sudden we go back up like, woo. I have never been on a plane before that had been so close to the runway that if you look out the window, you can see the ground. You can see the ground. And we go right back up real fast. And it was so high that your whole body went all the way back. And I'm like, what the fuck? What the hell? It was dangerous. It was scary. And we get back up in the air and we start turning and doing this old one shit. You will never guess why we did that. Can anybody guess why we did that and went back up real fast? Who can guess? This is a true story. I can go get my wife right now. She'll say, yeah, you know what? I never in my life again fly with them. Can anybody guess why we went down and came back up so fast? Because the air traffic controllers was lunching. They was fucking lunching. They were lunching. And what I mean by that is when we were coming down, there was planes on the runway. If we would have landed, we would have crashed into them. Thank you, Tracy. She said it was not given permission to land or a plane was coming. It was already there. The plane was late. They were lined up down there. I didn't see it, but I was told after the flight. I asked the damn captain. I said, what the fuck? We finally landed, everything was cool. It was Gucci and all that old shit, but it wasn't for me. I needed some answers. I wasn't belligerent. I wasn't nasty. I played it kind of cool. Like if I play cool, they might give me the right answer. If I come off like a lawyer, they might be like, well, it was turbulence. I mean, like, you can't fight turbulence, but I ain't never faced turbulence on no runway. But if I come off like an attorney, he might think that I might want to sue or, oh, my neck hurt or some shit. I don't know. So I just say, hey, what was that shit that, I'm trying to play cool. What was that? And they were like, well, there was some trouble on the runway. We had planes on the runway. I was like, what? Planes on the runway? And y'all was putting the landing gear down and we was feet from landing? And he said, yes, sir, that was the issue, but you're here now and safe. And I was like, man, I didn't tell my wife till we got to the hotel because she was distraught. Y'all know how we could be. Like I had to just kind of lie to her. I had to really be deceptive to my wife all the way to the airport. We get to the airport, to the hotel. I finally had to tell her at the airport, excuse me, at the hotel, like what really happened. Because she probably would have went off. I don't know if it would have went to the extreme of her getting locked up like the old girl in Dubai, but she probably would have hit a switch on their ass. She would have hit a switch on them because my babies was on that plane. It probably wasn't because of me. It was because her kids was on that plane, and Mama Bear just don't play that when her children. So that all being said, I don't fly Frontier and all that shit anymore because of that reason there. I'm just being honest with you. That scared the living shit out of me. And I ask the dumbest questions when I'm at the airport and when I'm booking. I ask if anybody is on strike. I do. Every time. Hey, the air traffic controllers and y'all got the regular motherfuckers. Y'all cool this week? Everything good? Yeah, what about on my return trip? Y'all don't plan on striking anytime soon. It's the truth. They were on strike. That was, 3-4 years ago. I haven't been on a plane like that since. All right, so the quick thing that I want to discuss to you with you all today is this. Check this out. I got a weird phone call today. It wasn't weird. It was from a friend, but it was a weird conversation. Got a weird conversational phone call today. Guess what it was? An attorney friend of mine practices law in Cincinnati, Ohio. He hit me up and he said, hey, and if he's listening right now, call in. Let's have a conversation right here on the air. Let's say it on the air. Fuck it. Let's do it. Because this is why I lie, baby, and we facts over feelings. And I was like, listen, man. He said, hey, I heard your show yesterday. He called me this morning. He said, I heard your show yesterday. He was like, man, I was going to call in. Now, he don't speak like this. This is me, paraphrasing. And he was like, hey, I heard your show yesterday and you were talking about the woman that got locked up over in Dubai. He was like, I just got back from Dubai. I said, yeah, I know. I said, I should have called you before I did the show because you could have informed us of how truly I've never been to Dubai, but you can explain to us how shit go over there. He was like, yeah, I was going to call, but I had court and, I had a lot going on and I couldn't do it. But the next time. So if you listening, my friend, feel free to call. Feel free to call right now. We can have this discussion because what I want to do is prove to people what I said. I'm talking about a buddy of mine who just came from Dubai, 2 months ago? He was at the fights 2 months ago. He's in the professional boxing field as well. He works for Don King and they had fights over in Dubai a couple months ago. And we're cool. Him and I are friends. And he just called and said, I watched the show and I wanted to give you some input. He was like, man, it's a lot of us over in Dubai going over there. And he said, listen, you were spot on. You either got some money or you don't. There's no in between. There's no middle class. You either paid over there or you ain't got shit. And I was like, yeah, I kind of got that. I understood. I've read books. I've studied Dubai a little bit because they overpay. They pay for fighters to come over there. And so I was kind of looking at some things and paying attention to certain things when it come down to the economics of, the fight game and Dubai and all that. And he called me and he was like, yeah. So I asked him a question. I asked him the $1 million question. I said, now let me ask you something, bro. Is it possible for a woman to just yell at a man and go to jail? He said, yeah, it is. I said, yeah, but she was black. It was a sister. I said, now, that wasn't no regular yell. She didn't just be like, damn, man, you hit my car. And she went to jail. Y'all know that ain't feasible. You know that ain't what happened. Y'all know that ain't what happened. There had to be a whole lot of neck shaking and body building. Y'all know how this shit went. Y'all know how it went. And that there had to be something that went on for them to confiscate, to hold her her passport. There had to be something that happened where she had some form of guilt, whether it was she was responsible for the accident or something happened where there was a threatening moment and the Dubai boys just wasn't having it. That's what I call them. The Dubai boys. They just wasn't having it. And she got over there doing that. You could tell by watching her clips on YouTube how flamboyant she is, how she wear thonged out everything and this and that. You could just tell the attitude of a person like that, and what they're capable of doing, and we all know what they're capable of saying. Nah, motherfucker, you ain't gonna do motherfucking. You know how that shit go. Now, y'all ladies can get mad at me if you want to, but it's some fellas, even if your man's sitting there with you right now watching this shit, he might be saying, nah, baby, he wrong for saying that. You would never. If you believe in your man right now, good for you. But your man know what I'm talking about. Nah, motherfucker, you give me my motherfucking license. Where is my passport, motherfucker? I am a truck driver. I am an American. I am a black woman. You can't do that to me. Go sit your ass down over there, lady. We'll get to you here in a minute. We about to give you 10 years. Y'all still don't want to figure out why I call America the best country in the world? Nobody got that one figured out yet, huh? You're talking to a man that spent time in 5 countries, lived in 3. But you got dudes here Oh, and it's always the scholars. It's always the dudes that call the radio and they got all these nicknames and shit. Dr. Abdul Ali. Shit like that. A scholar at the University of Cincinnati Night School. Be them motherfuckers. And the oppressor of the Odessa, of the Nessa, of the Desta. And I'll be like, man, if you don't go sit your ass down, what are you doing other than talking to your given audience? And what y'all don't understand, a given audience is like what you hear, the echo chambers on the radio and all that old shit. These are gifted audiences. These are audiences that are basically in tune with the same echo. So whenever they sound and say some old smart shit amongst those circles, it's like Jay-Z with a bar. Ooh, damn. You hear what he said? And it's the same shit he said 2 years ago. He just changed the words. Or maybe last time he called. And I just be like, damn, bro, aren't they tired of hearing the same shit? And who do you turn to get those thoughts and those things that you see what's wrong? Who do you turn to fix them? Who do you turn to? Why are you where's my man? Hold on. Don't go anywhere. I'm not gonna tune out. I just want y'all to hear it. I just want y'all to hear this. I want you to just hear this from somebody. I just want you to hear this because this is how we open our show up every day for those that are ready and for those that are not. Listen to this.
We all not gonna be together. This ain't no damn unity party with punks. This ain't no unity party with people who don't want the true liberation of black people. This ain't no unity party with betrayers and snitchers and hypocrites and weak-minded, weak-blooded, spineless black people. This ain't that kind of party. So you take your raggedy ass on home. But those who want liberation, those who want to see black people really free at last. You walk away from these punctified Negroes.
And I'm just going to ask them people. I'm going to ask those people, what the hell are you waiting for and what are you looking for from Biden, from Trump, from any politician? What are you waiting for? Take your punk ass home and be a man. Raise your family. Be independent. Stop looking for shit from a government that you claim don't love you, don't care for you. And you're right. You're probably right. But when was the last time you heard a motherfucker sit back and talk so bad about somebody, but then turn around and want to need them? Want to need them. Not have to need them, not gotta have them, but want to need them. I ain't gonna go to church with y'all today. It's not necessary. But don't you can tell the difference between an entertaining brother and a real brother. You could tell because the real brothers, we the ones that get clowned on, but loved by very few. But the fake ones, loved by everybody, and they fit in every circle. They fit in every circle. They say the right shit. They say all the shit that everybody say praise the Lord to. They say everything they want to say except independence. Let's do this shit together. Let's be independent from the government. Let's do this, let's do that. They ain't talking that shit. They talking that Al Sharpton shit. They talking that perm in the suit bullshit. They talking that what's owed to them shit. Meanwhile, you got immigrants coming here, and I know y'all hate me saying this shit because facts will always hurt feelings. Facts will always hurt feelings. I need to know how an immigrant can come to this country and surpass us. How can an immigrant come to this country? I told y'all, get them guys down at the border 10 years. They get 1 decade. They got 1 decade, and they will surpass us. Their kids will be in college. They'll have all this college reimbursement shit, tuition shit, all figured out, and we'll be standing there. Y'all know there's only 3 types of people. Those that actually do shit, those that watch people getting shit done, and those that sit back and say, what the fuck happened? That's it. And them essays coming across that border down there, they are not watching. They already know what they can do. 1 decade. I don't know if Wyatt Live will be here to say, I told y'all. But they not coming here just to lay down. They're coming here to the land of opportunity, and they don't have any Farrakhan's. They don't have any motherfucking Dr. Martin Luther King's here. They don't have anybody here fighting for their rights. They don't have that shit. They don't have anybody in their way. They got themselves. Tell me somebody that's speaking on the circuit for them, talking about what they owed. And I know that America don't owe them anything like they might owe black people. I understand that. But I can tell you one thing, America may not owe them anything, but America is wide open for anybody that wants something. And anybody that says it's not, you ain't tried. And I shouldn't say that you ain't tried. You just haven't tried hard enough, or you haven't sought different resources. So I call out I call them all out. I call them all out because I got too many receipts to be able to show how do people who come with less circumstances. All we have is a story to tell of our ancestors, as if other folks don't have ancestral stories, as if they don't come from oppressed areas, as if they haven't been mistreated somewhere. Come on, man. Are you really serious? So you trying to tell me the people that's coming here from Mexico ain't had no obstacles? It was an obstacle getting here. Oh, I can't wait for this decade. We only got 8 more years to go. 7.5 more years to go, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Shit. Go look at some of your outer suburbs. It's already farming in your cities near you. El Grande, you didn't took over your radio station in Cincinnati. What is it called? El Grande? Some shit like that. Delado, some Demastelelo, some shit, I don't know. Took over the black radio station in Cincinnati. Facts over feelings. Go look at some of the suburban areas, the outer suburban areas, and look at their specialized food stores. They're opening up their own grocery stores. They're opening up their own telemarkets, all of that, supermarkets. And I know y'all said some shit about how they always come into the black neighborhood and open up the neighborhood stores and all that old shit. Well, they don't quite do that anymore. You can go out in Westchester. You can go out in Mason. You can go out in Loveland. And if you go look at them gas stations and shit out there that sell gas and food and all that old shit, they own them too. So what's the story? What we gonna say now? They just love different brown folks over us. That's just got to be it. And I know there's some people on here right now that's saying Wyatt don't get it. I know I ain't been black that long in my life. I ain't been black very long. But I know you're already saying to yourself, Wyatt don't get it. He don't understand. Black people have it worse than everybody in this country. I'm not suggesting that you're not right. But all I can say to you is there's some black folks in this country that's doing really, really well. And they never let anything stop them. I think one of our biggest problems, are the people that we call leaders. The people that you think are fighting for your rights. Ask me this. This is what I ask. What are they truly fighting for? Are they fighting for liberty? Are they fighting for the freedom to be able to be equal? Equal to what and who? I'm just curious. Hold on. Let me see if I got this still up. See if I got it. Yeah, I do. I think I do. No, I don't. That's okay. I'll do it off the top of my head. I guess they fighting for liberation. Let me ask you a question. And I know all my brain surgeons and all the smart guys that be on the radios and the podcasts and all that old shit that understands these big words, and they got all of us all dazed up on why we're not succeeding. We are succeeding, but they got you thinking that we're not. What are we trying to be liberated to? What's our liberation? What's the liberation? To be able to do what? To be free, right? We're not free. What are we hostage to? What are we captured in? What's the rhythm? What do we not have now what are we missing? What I'm not suggesting that we're not missing anything. I need help. Somebody help me understand what we're missing that somebody's not giving us, that somebody's not putting in place. Because I done been to so many meetings in my life. And throughout these meetings, there are always these community meetings, and they're always talking about we need money. That's a red flag to me. Because when you go to a city and the black folks or whoever, these groups are always saying we need money, that is a red flag to me. Y'all ain't gonna want to hear this shit today. It's a red flag to me. And what makes it a red flag? Let me explain to you. There are a lot of resources in a lot of cities. Boys and girls clubs, there's gyms. There's a lot of shit that these kids have to do that's there. There's so many nonprofit organizations that it's a pimp game. Y'all do know that, right? I didn't say this before. Stop playing with me. There are so many nonprofit because that's the new hustle. That's the new grind. That's the new I'm about to get this co-op money. I'm about to get this money so I can, they don't want. Is it easier to get a damn loan to get a what is it called when you to is it easier to apply and get grants than it is a bank loan? Is it easier to do that? I don't know. I've never applied for a grant. So it's a little bit out of my perimeter. I understand the process. I know how to go get grant writers. Ron Omega says, in Cincinnati, you know that you have your favorites. And if you're not part of that favorite group, or if you have a beef with anybody in that group, that the whole group don't like you and you can't get nothing done in this city. And that's just a fact. You're absolutely right, Ron. Can I add something to that, my brother? Can I add something to that? Guess what? I'm going to add 2 parts to exactly what you just said. 2 parts. You're absolutely right. Part number 1 is this. Those are black folks that live under that same code. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. These are black folks that live under that same code right there that will cancel other black folks and keep them from succeeding or being prosperous because you don't ride the train with them. You're not riding in them circles with them. Tell me I'm wrong, Ron. These are the same black folks that talk about how white folks do us. Tell me I'm lying, Ron. Tell me I'm lying, Ron. Say you wrong on that one, Wyatt. You're not right. Tell me black folks don't do each other like that, Ron. Say it. But them the same, see how hypocritical it is? Ron, them the same black folks that talk about how white folks do us, Ron. That's our leadership, Ron. I'm going to call him Omega. That's stronger. I love Omega. Omega, tell me I'm lying, bro. Tell me I'm lying. You know it's the truth. Now, phase 2 of that, it's a agree, disagree of what you just said. I agree with what you said, but what I disagree with in that statement is we say Cincinnati. I've lived in a lot of places that do the same thing. There's so many places that say, usually it's the locals who say that. Usually the locals who live in a particular city always talk about how fucked up their city is. And it's usually the locals. But the same shit that you saying, I see posts on this, when you say only in Cincinnati, it's somebody in Cleveland saying that same shit. There's somebody in Toledo saying that same shit. There's actually somebody in Atlanta that's saying that same shit, but it's somebody from Atlanta. All those dudes down there in Atlanta that's getting money and they claiming Atlanta and rocking all the Atlanta gear and Atlanta. Most of them ain't even from Atlanta. They might have grew up in College Park, somewhere around Atlanta. That's like claiming Cincinnati and you grew up in Dayton, or you grew up in Fields Erdel or Mason or Westchester. You grew up somewhere else, but you claiming Cincinnati. But it's the truth. Like, every city is like that. Every city got their locals that say it ain't shit here to do. It ain't shit here to do. Cincinnati people say that. Man, Cincinnati don't do shit. It ain't nothing to do in Cincinnati. Nah, it ain't nothing to do for you. Cause you might not be you might not have you might not be as flexible on your entertainment needs. You know, there's plenty shit to do if you open up your damn horizon. If you don't want to hear beat like boom, 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 boom all the damn time, maybe you can go listen to a damn violin. But if that's too above you, or if you think that's too sedity, then go sit your ass down and wait for the next, boom, boom, boom concert to come. Open your horizon. You know what's crazy about this? The same folks who say the same shit all the time never try another path. That's why that echo chamber over there is a bad motherfucker to me. Because they've been saying the same characters, been saying the same thing all these years, and they looking for the same results. They looking for different results from the same outlet. They looking for city council to fund this, fund that, fund this, fund that, put us in this, put us in that. And here's what we never really hear people talking about. It's like what I told y'all about Biden. I'm not going in on Biden. I just want to make a point. President Biden is talking about all these jobs in America, but he ain't talking about how many people we got in school for these jobs. See, that's what makes sense to me. If let me tell y'all something. If I was to finance the world, in other words, if I was to pick 15, let's just go back to that element that I gave you, CPS. Give me 15 little boys, 15 little girls, put them in a classroom. I'll give you 30 productive citizens, college degrees or whatever. Here's the lineup though. Here's the lineup. You got to enforce school into them. You got to make it priority out of kindergarten. When they go home, it ain't about YouTube. It's not about TikTok. It's just like the people that you think smarter than you. They don't do that type of shit. They far ahead of you in the game. They understand that education is the priority. Even in the country of China where TikTok is from, they only allow their kids to be on TikTok for 1 hour. The CEO of TikTok admitted to that. But you'll let an American child absorb TikTok 13, 14, 15, 18 hours a day if they could stay up for 18 hours straight. What does that tell you? What does it say to you when a person who owns a product, listen, look, I ain't never gonna do a product that the person that put it out don't do. Like if you talking about that's the greatest car wash in the world, but your truck over there looking dirty and shit, but you own the car wash, I'm gonna say, well, why don't you run your car through the car wash? Oh, well, the bubbles ain't good on my paint job. Well, how the fuck they gonna be good on my paint job? My car come out looking all shiny and clean, but the car wash is tearing my car up. But I'm riding around clean. But then as the time go on, that car wash done beat the paint sealing off my car. And my car ain't gonna last as long as his dirty ass truck. What does that tell me? Oh, I'm a consumer. I'm a customer. Y'all gotta understand, I have followed the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I did follow for a while. I was never a member of the Nation of Islam. And Farrakhan, I've listened and pretty much I've learned a lot. And you get from people what you need, and you take it to where you got to go. And I can guarantee you, with the combination of everything I've been taught as a young man, from the people around me to the Paul Whites to the Leroy Joneses and all those guys that were around me and all my badass friends, I have absorbed something, some energy from everybody I've been around. And then to come in and listen to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and then to listen to Farrakhan, and to also pay attention to Malcolm X, I can guarantee you, I bet you I can tell you 4 Malcolm X speeches, or I can even recite a couple of Martin Luther King speeches. I have a dream. If I didn't learn that, I was never going to get out the 6th grade. It stuck with me. But I'm going to tell you, none of that means anything if you don't have anybody to share it with. I learned that late. I had all this knowledge and I was absorbing a whole lot of stuff. I learned how to get into the stock game. I learned how to move money. I learned first how to I learned the first thing you got to learn about money is how it moves. You got to learn how money move. That's why I told y'all I don't want a reparations check. I need I need money. I need financial literacy before you give me a bunch of money. Or all you're doing is looking for a group of people to fail. Just being honest with you. I'm just being honest with you. And I don't feel comfortable. I'm shifting a little bit. I don't feel comfortable with the argument of reparations right now. I told y'all that when I first started Wyatt Live, and I probably lost 1,000 people. That 1,000 people, I'm not trying to be funny, but that 1,000 people who didn't stick around and understand or try to hear my explanation of why, they the same 1,000. That's the mentality that will lose their money. Because a smart person would say, okay, I don't agree with him, but let me stick around and find out why he would say some dumb shit like that. Why would he say some dumb, ignorant ass shit like that? And I'm sticking to my circle. I said it 3 years ago. I said, we're not in a position to receive reparations as of yet. We don't supposed to have it yet. I mean, and there's a level of financial literacy you have to have in order to do what you need to do with money. And just giving somebody a bunch of money could be a disastrous thing. It ain't all gonna be positive. There's gonna be some people out there with the mentalities that they have. They know you got 250,000. They're gonna take their shit to the casino. And as soon as they blow it or go dry, as soon as they can't buy so many Cadillacs, as soon as they do that shit, they coming after yours. I can guarantee you right now, regardless of what y'all say, I can't really prove this. This is a matter of my opinion. Because number one, shit ain't gonna happen. Number two, crime would astronomically go up if reparation checks were given out to every black person in this country. Crime would hit it'd hit a ceiling. You think people would stop robbing and stealing because they got some money? You think people who don't know what to do with money, what you think they gonna do when they run out of money and they know you got some for sure? See, you could walk down the street right now, be a regular motherfucker, just be black, just be walking down the street, and there's no worry of getting robbed. It can happen, but I'm just saying nobody thinks you got 250,000 somewhere. But let you be black and get a $250,000 check, $500,000 check, $500,000. Let you get that and let somebody that look like you already be out of their shit. You getting robbed. Because that run through money is the same type of mentality that'll rob your ass. The same I don't give a fuck about no money is the same one that's coming to get yours. And you can't escape it. What you gonna do? Oh, now that you got some money, you're going back to Africa? They'll get your ass over there too. Oh, American, come over with $500,000. We gonna get him. They gonna tax you to come to these countries. I promise you that's how it would be. So I know my plan is not the most favorable because you got to put a little bit of work into it. Instead of giving me a check, give me education. Line my babies up to be those doctors that they want to be. That's something that they can never take away, and you can't rob somebody of their doctorate degree. Can't rob them from an education. They say that about sports. I had a friend of mine who went University of Miami down in Florida. He was a football player. His name was Sean Page. We didn't grow up together, but I knew him I was probably about 14, 15 maybe. I was in Oklahoma. His brother was a high school star. And he made it to D1, Division I football. And he was a star. Oklahoma don't know nothing but football in them cities. He was a star. He got recruited by Miami, Florida, the Miami Hurricanes in Florida, and he went down there, became a star, blah, 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 got to his senior year, blew his leg out. Never could play football again. Got down there, got him a an education. See, it wasn't the NFL that paid him. Football paid him. He got that education down there at the University of Miami in Florida, and he ended up with a degree, but he didn't play in the league. But his football abilities, his athletic abilities, got him something that they can't. No, you can have two bad knees. Once you get your degree, you got a degree. You have a living. You can make a living with a college degree. You can't make a living with a bunch of money and you don't know what to do with it. Let me explain something to y'all how they did us as slaves, and y'all might not want to hear this, but I got to tell you how this is a receipt to what I'm saying. You do know, long story short, y'all do know the old folk tale of 40 acres and a mule. We all know about that, right? Boy, this is not what I was talking about today. 40 acres and a mule. You know, we were all promised 40 acres and a mule, right? Well, that's a myth. We weren't really offered 40 acres and a mule. What we were offered was land and the ability to farm our land, which means you got a little bit of land, you got a little bit of machinery, and back then that was 2 horses and like a carriage or some shit like that, and the ability to grow your own crop. That's what you got. But what you didn't have, think about it, folks. Think about what I'm about to say. Even if you don't agree with me, just hear me out on this. What you didn't have is the ability to make a living. I'm talking about to make money, to make a wage. All you had was the ability to grow things, and you had no ability. There was no lessons, no learning plan of how to make money, how to advance yourself. All you had was the land, and all you had was the ability to grow. You didn't have any skills of how to grow something and sell it. You didn't have those skills. You didn't have managing. You didn't have money. They didn't give them money managing skills. They didn't give them business type skills to make them understand what they didn't understand profit loss margins. They didn't understand that because they weren't taught that. And do you know that most slaves who ended up with land ended up selling it back to the white guys, to the people that gave it to them? It was their the slave master. They ended up selling it back for pennies on the dollar. So for people who say that they didn't give a shit, that's a lie, okay? They may not have gave reparations, but you got a small portion of land, and we were so in a tune of doing what we done and teaching our kids what we have done as being the right thing that none of us were in a position to be able to make a living or to prosper or to, profit off of our ability to be great farmers. None of that. We weren't business people. We were workers. We weren't even taught business. I don't want to see that again because history will repeat. I don't want to see us get a whole bunch of money and we not be ready for the money, and then they didn't square it up and settled up this damn debt, and we still in the same situation we in, and we don't have our priorities together of what's first. What comes first? We got to get our families in order. Let me tell you something. A man with a family, a man with his wife and his children is a much more solid individual with $500,000 than a single man out here. Who would disagree with me on that? Who gonna be more solid with their money? Now, I know Ross Freeman, and I know y'all gonna say some fly shit on this one. I don't know, you might have somebody, I don't know. But I know my people who gonna say some fly shit. But I'm gonna tell you, a solid put together man, a man who has his shit together with his family, will do a hell of a lot, will be more solid with $500,000 than a single man. And if we living like that, and that's how we living right now, if we living like that, we gonna have some issues. We got a whole lot of shit to patch up before we start thinking we gonna be in good standings. Let me go to the phone lines. I probably got somebody that totally disagree with me, and I love it. Good afternoon, caller. This is Wyatt. Who am I speaking with?
Malcolm Excellence.
I'm sorry, who?
Malcolm Excellence.
Oh, Malcolm Excellence. What's good with you today, brother? Malcolm Excellence. How you doing?
I'm outstanding. How you doing?
I'm holding on with both hands, brother. What's going on? What's on your mind today?
Hey, I love your reparations spiel there. I think it's very well intended. But at the end of the day, just run my check and get the fuck out of my way.
I know. I know.
You know what I'm saying? There's enough information out there on the internet that I can go look up to find out what I need to do. Things like that I can study up on and what like that. We don't need any family gatherings and all that kind of stuff that you talk. It just sounds too damn preachy, folks.
Okay, well, let me ask you this then, Fame. I respect your point. I respect your opinion on that. But now let me ask you this, brother. Why aren't we doing that now?
Well, that's because it's not going to happen.
No. I'm talking about why aren't we going to these sources and resources of learning how to do things now? That same shit you're talking about is out there, right? We can go to the internet.
Well, people are doing that. People are getting, business licenses and knowing what to do or whatnot. Obviously, people was doing it with the PPL stuff, or what was that? The PPP stuff.
Yeah,
they were learning how to swindle.
You making my point. I'm about to show you what I'm talking about. You're making my point even more. You know, the PPP scammers are getting what they getting. You know they getting in trouble, right?
Right.
That was exactly what I'm talking about. You gave a bunch of people money who wasn't ready for it and didn't know what to do with it. Look what they did.
Yeah, but they did it in a criminal way. This ain't gonna be criminal.
Well, Fame, you got to understand something, brother. The other criminal side will be waiting for you. Let me tell you what scammers do. The first thing scammers do is wait for the cattle to come. Soon as the cattle get something, when they see a field out there and they say that cattle out there is about to eat up all the grass, I'm going to let them eat all the grass they want and let them get fat. So when I slaughter them, I'll have more meat. Now, let me tell you what happens when that happens, Fame. Soon as they hear that black folks all going to get $500,000 a piece, them slaughterers are going to be sitting there, sitting up fake things on the internet. They're going to have all these fake investment clubs and all that old shit. Let me tell you how I know that for a fact, Fame. Remember when the COVID kicked in and everybody was at home and they started giving $300 and $600 a week to everybody?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember how many people had all these fake ass internet investment clubs? And I'm gonna show y'all how to invest that $300 or that $600. Where them motherfuckers at today, Fame? Where all them guys that were super smart and had all these investment plans and had investment podcasts and all that shit? Where them guys at right now?
I'm not sure, but they were doing that well before the PPP loans and COVID reimbursement. What about the people who sending emails talking about, my name is Ahmed from Nigeria, and I need $300,000 to be able to get $300 million from my ancestors. Well, they were doing that too. I mean, there's going to be scammers everywhere. There's probably somebody's casing up on your ass right now.
Yeah, probably. Like,
you got $2 million houses and whatnot. People gonna do shit regardless, whether you get legal money or not.
So, Fame, what part didn't you like? What was preachy about what I said about waiting and getting the money in a good position? Do you really think it's fair for you to get your money?
The stuff about education and whatnot. I mean, hell, the white people that benefited off of slavery, they didn't that the reparations would be geared to. They didn't have education. They were trying to build a nation. If you were enlightened,
you say they didn't have
J.P.
education.
Morgan and some Rockefellers. Other than that,
Fame. You just said
the country really got built from J.P. Morgan suing the hell out of everybody.
Wait a minute,
for being honest.
Fame, did you say that they didn't have any education?
I didn't say they did. No.
I thought I heard
about advanced educations like that. They had to kind of some of that stuff that they were doing. The Rothschild, the Rockefellers, J.P. Morgan, Edison. Some of that shit was trial and error.
Fame, that wasn't during slavery, though, bro.
That wasn't during slavery, but it was right after in Reconstruction.
That was 120-something years later. What are you talking about?
No, I'm talking about like the late 1800s.
Okay.
Slavery stopped in 1865, the late 1800s, early 1900s. You're talking 35 years.
Okay, I thought you was talking about when J.P. Morgan and them began doing what they were doing. What I'm saying to you is this, brother. Even people like J.P. Morgan and them, if they create the blueprint, then they can recover from the losses versus the gains. They can do that. But we're not in a position right now to be creating any blueprints. The system is already what it is. You have to you have to know how money move in order to make money work for you. You can't get in a money game, give somebody a bunch of money, and they not understand how money work. Everybody know money spend, but everybody don't know how money work, bro. And we need to know that.
Well, money works because of the way the Federal Reserve tells you to do it. Have you ever read the Creature from Jekyll Island?
Yes, I have. How'd you know that?
Okay, then. So therefore, that's how the money works. You know, a bunch of elites went to a resort island on out in Georgia, and basically said, "Okay, we're gonna do this." So they controlling it regardless. So the minute they get the money, so the minute we get the money, they can flip the script on you with the quickness.
Yeah, well, Fame. All
Just
I'm
run my
saying.
check and move. I'll figure it out.
No, you won't. No, you won't. No, you won't.
Let me. How do you know what I'm gonna do?
Well,
how do you know with Sean P. Nutter and Tracy from Cincinnati and the rest of these colors are gonna do?
You're right in that sense, Fame. What I'm talking about is the majority. I'm talking about the overall. It's already been proven that when we're already in a position right now. The reason, look, Fame, it's in the writing is on the wall. It's not somebody holding us down, bro. It's our resources are limited. And if you don't have the right resources, if you don't have the right people in place, nothing will work right for you. You can't do any of this stuff on your own. You understand what I'm saying? We got to learn how to put these, we got to tie these resources up together. So now let me ask you this, bro. Yesterday I said something about reparations, and I said something like, well, if we get a reparations check and it comes with the attachment of giving back, I'm assuming you're not with that either, right?
Oh, hell yeah. That chapped my ass. The part where you were talking about military service.
I didn't say go to military service.
You didn't say something about military service, did you not?
I said that in Europe that you give civil service for going to school for free. I didn't say wait a minute. Let me clear it up. I didn't say yesterday. I didn't say that we should get a reparations check and have to go do military time. I specifically said not go to the military. I said we should have to give back. And that means we should be able to go back into our communities and align our kids up who are going to get this same type of reparation check when they turn 18 or 21. They have to be ready for that money, bro. Everybody ain't you.
They do better. I guarantee you 70% of your audience was 8 years old with a bill in their name. Because they didn't have any resources.
But it don't have to be that way, bro. Just because it went that way and we made it through it don't mean that our kids need to be like that. Now we know
better, so we don't do better.
Hell no, Fame. There's still some kids.
Man, you don't believe in humanity.
No.
Once again, you remain cold. You hate humans.
Let me explain to you, brother. Just like you said, what did you say about the phone bill? Don't rephrase it. Say it the same way you said it. Say it.
I said 70% of your listening audience had a bill in their name at 8 years old.
Probably so. But guess what? You said had. Do you know there's still some 8 and 10-year-olds that got they got bills in their name right now too, because the shit ain't never ended.
Well, half your audience is 50 and 60 years old at this time.
Well, I'm talking about even a girl that's who living somewhere by herself with her kids. If she 22, 23 years old, she didn't already put a phone bill or 2 in her kid's name. I'm talking about some
because
things
she didn't know better. That's
right.
all she knew.
That's why you have to get your reparations and give back to your community so we can teach people not to be doing shit like that, bro. Y'all some selfish motherfuckers. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Y'all selfish. You, Tracy, and the other rest of y'all who want the money and don't want to give back. That's just flat out being selfish. It ain't got nothing to do with white people. This ain't got nothing to do with nobody else, Fame. This is all about us.
I'm gonna be one enlightened Negro with a check for $500,000, $250,000. I'm gonna be very enlightened.
Who you gonna leave it to, Fame? Who you gonna leave it to?
My kids. They can split it up.
Okay, that's a good answer. That's a great answer.
I mean, damn.
But no. You do know, Fame. Come on, Fame. Wait a minute, hold on, Fame. Fame, do you understand there are some people that would not have answered that question like that? Do you know there's some people that would say, I'm going to spin that shit up? I'm going to spin it.
They might.
There's some people that's going to say.
That's their prerogative.
Yes, it is. And I ain't mad at them for what they do. But think of this, Fame. What happens? Do you agree or disagree with this? If we all got 500, I hate talking hypothetical, but I'm just going to have fun with it. If we all got 500,000, if we all got $500,000, you wouldn't walk around the city on eggshells?
No.
Shit. 1 year later, I'll be looking to get my head cracked open because there's some people that then already fucked the money up. And they know you got it. They know you got it.
They're not gonna be in my reach. I'm not gonna be in reach for them.
Yeah, okay. All right. Okay, you ain't gonna be in the reach. Then that's another way you're gonna spend your money up. Trying to stay away from everybody.
No. I'm just not gonna be in reach for them. Everybody don't know that I'm, You know, they don't know like that. They don't know where it's at, how to get to it, none of that.
I'm just having fun with you, Fame. I'm just trying to set
the
precedent.
No, you dead serious. You believe that. Because that's how you are.
No.
Preachy. You don't believe in humanity.
What? So it's not humane for me to say, give me my reparations and then I'll give 2 years of service in my community. That's not humane?
No, that's elitist. That's why they said that about you. Okay. Now I'm starting to see.
Well, then call me an elitist, damn it. I'm guilty. I am guilty for wanting to enrich in my community with either knowledge, more buying power, understanding that we need to open up businesses. That's a message that you could send, Fame. Why are you so selfish with your information? If you want to be the smart guy in the room, why wouldn't you want to share your intelligence with people that's coming up behind you? Why wouldn't you want to do that? That's humane.
Because I want to be J.P. Morgan and leave an indelible dent in the country.
And you called me
elitist.
Don't know I was here. That's elitist right there. That's elitist. You're being totally selfish with your prize, and you're not sharing it with anyone, and you thinking you're better than somebody, because and that's being we all elitist. Got the same prize, why I got to share with you? That's being elitist. How you gonna call me?
No, it's not. No, it's not. You gonna do what you do. I gonna do what I do. You mind your business.
No. Elitist is separating yourself from others and thinking that you better. Okay.
No, he is going off and minding your own damn business.
Okay, whatever. Anyway, all right. Well, this is what I will do, Fame. If you want to call me an elitist, that's fine. But I think that if I got a $500,000 check, a $500,000 check from the United States of America, and I was committed to give 2 years of my time to give back, I wouldn't have a problem giving back to the community with about 10 brothers. 10 of us. And guess what we doing? We're building in a community that we can call our own.
I'm gonna make sure that the community is straight, but at the same time,
no, you ain't, Fame.
If y'all still on that riffraff, hold on, I'm paying for something at the store. So, but if y'all still on some riffraff, I'm minding my business. Okay. Y'all minding y'all.
He said he paying for something at a store. Y'all know he had an Arab store right now, talking all this old shit.
No, I'm actually at a J-Rob store.
Oh yeah, right. He at the damn Muslim store buying a white T-shirt, a 6-piece hot wing.
I'm on what is this called? What's the street called?
Bag of Grippos
and White Fort.
Grab a bag of Grippos and a hot pickle. Stop playing. You right over there.
Only thing difference is I'm not gonna be buying no more. I won't be supporting the community buying bootleg movies. No.
Now why you gonna cut them brothers off like that?
Because now I got bread, I can get a real movie now. Okay. Sorry, bro.
No, I'm just
but yeah, you get if you get a I don't need nobody to tell me how to dole out my money. I don't need nobody to tell me how to do it. I'm almost 50. I think I got a good handle on some things.
I'm not telling you. I'm not telling you how to spend your money. I just think that anybody who gets something I wouldn't. I'm speaking for myself. I feel like if I got a check for $500,000, $500,000, I wouldn't have a problem committing 2 years of my time. Fame, I've committed more than 2 or 3 years of my time without a check for $500,000 from anybody. Right. I've committed that type of stuff.
And we are enriched and ennobled because you did that for us.
No, you're not. No, you're not. I'm suggesting that there are people I would give my time without a check. So I know I have no problem where if I got a check, I would definitely give some time to people that I know that I can help understand what their future. Look, I'm not trying to put anybody in a future that's meant for me. I just would like to help them get to where they want to go. What's wrong with that, bro?
Well, I'm gonna help you with the way you can do it. I can do it without preaching because now I got the resources to show you I did it.
No, the resources is not the money. See, that's where a lot of people fail. A lot of people. No, see, God. Fame. There you go. That's something you just don't understand. Money is not a resource. Money is not a resource. Money is a source.
What is it then?
Well, money is something that you can use, but money can go. Resources can last forever. Money don't last forever, bro.
Oh yeah, money don't last forever if you don't do it right. If you go out there, you get $500,000, you spend half of it tricking and on weed. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's gonna go.
Well, I mean, look, man, those people that do that with it, Fame, they're gonna do that with it, and I ain't got no problem with them. But here's the thing: they ain't gonna get another check. And what's gonna happen is the people that do that type of shit, they gonna be begging for yours, or they gonna knock you upside your head.
You know, they're gonna say nope. They're gonna say it's better to have had it than to have. It's better to have had it and lost it than to never have had it at all.
Yeah, I know a few people
like
that.
They gonna say the same thing I said at the end of every phone call. It's been real. I had fun.
Okay, I had fun too, Fame. Thanks for calling, man.
Later.
All right, that's Fame. I always have a good time with him. I think we agree on a lot of things, but when we just joking, we just be joking. But Fame, now, let me tell you something. I know if Fame got some money, he lying. Fame will give back. He like kids too much. He do all that umpiring and all that old shit out there. He would probably open up a sports complex. He a perp. He be perping and shit. Fame know he would do way more than what he talking. He just trying to tongue wrestle. He just trying to wrestle with me. He would do a whole lot more than the shit that he talking about right now. Fame wouldn't let a kid be broke. He wouldn't let a kid be broke out there. He wouldn't let a kid go without. He would probably buy cleats and uniforms and all that shit for kids. He would give back. He talking shit. I promise you, he talking shit. And I bet $1 to a donut on that. Let's go back to the phone line. Good afternoon, caller. This is Wyatt. Who am I speaking with?
What up, Wyatt? This is the Black Not Democrat, also known Drop Squad 52. How you doing, man?
What's good with you, brother? How you doing today, Drop?
Oh, I'm doing good. I'm feeling kind of laid back right now. Okay. I did my walking early to beat that 90-degree heat. Cool. So I'm feeling kind of good right now. Cool, sitting back listening to Fame Rothstein.
Yep.
Shout out. What's up?
No, I said yep.
Yeah, shout out to Fame Rothstein, slick and greasy, as usual. But Wyatt, this is an interesting subject because in a way you sound like a civil rights leader, and in a way you sound like somebody daddy, and in a way you sound like a preacher.
Yeah, that's all good for me. That's good. I'm cool with that combination. I'm okay with it.
Yeah, but I can understand where Fame coming from.
Probably so.
How you might rub a certain group of people, because for anything that you're talking about or something that's already in place within the civil rights community, other community organizers, whatever it is, it's going to take the people to do it and carry it forward. Because, Wyatt, it's three kind of people in this world.
Let me hear it.
People that make things happen.
Yeah.
People who watch things happen.
Yeah.
And the final one, which is most people,
can I answer?
They wonder what in the hell just happened.
Exactly.
Okay, so it's very few people that are out there making things happen. Okay. But when you talk about Black people, Wyatt, it's always been that 10%. It's always from day one when they brought us here, our ancestors, it's always been a percentage of the people who was not having it, Wyatt. They were not having it. And they were making shit happen. Some of it was successful, some of it wasn't. But you always had them Black folks sitting back watching, like Fame Rothstein, like Tracy from Cincinnati. They sitting back watching how shit go down, right? They taking notes and they looking out for they folks. And then you got that third category, Wyatt. That's the motherfuckers sitting back, listening to Perm in a suit, listening to the preacher, listening to their criminal-minded daddies and uncles. And they just say, what the fuck just happened? I'm 40 years old, I ain't got shit going on. So again, Wyatt, you keep doing what you're doing, because everything you're saying about the Black community when it comes to financial education, economic knowledge, how our capitalistic system works, because look what they teaching in public schools, Wyatt. Come on now.
They're not teaching independence.
They ain't teaching kids how to read, write, and arithmetic. That shit don't count. It's about equity, inclusion. Come on, but anyway,
I know.
Wyatt,
I know what you're saying. DEI. Okay. They teaching them DEI. I get it. They're teaching them more DEI than they are MATHS and READ and it's just, I mean, come on, bro. They're not teaching. I mean,
right.
it is what
We're
it
having
is.
an argument about in public schools, critical race theory versus Black history versus American history. So again, Wyatt, it's always going to be that 10%. Now, before I go, there's a huge anniversary coming up next month on August 26th. It's the March on Washington.
Okay.
It happened 60 years ago. Now, the Reverend Al Sharpton, your famous civil rights activist, also known as Perm in Soup, Martin Luther King III, and Andrea Waters King have brought together 60 national organizations across racial, cultural, and generational lines as partners for the 60th anniversary of the March on Washington. So Wyatt, again, this has been going on for a long time in the Black community. And you still got some of the same voices, the same messages that were given 60 years ago. Wyatt, shit's gotta excuse the cussing, but stuff's gotta change. And it's only people like you who set the foundation for somebody that's out there watching and hopefully change the mind of the people that's wondering what the hell's going on. Because shit is hot. Shit is real right now. It ain't gonna never be no such thing as reparations, Wyatt. You know that, I know that. But it's gonna be money from the federal government to the states, and they're gonna implement their own little reparations shit state by state. But you already got Illinois, y'all got California. They already working on it. Why? They putting shit in motion.
I get it. But you know what they're not talking about? You know what they're not talking about, bro?
What?
In those states like California and Illinois. Hey, you got something playing in the back?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I can hear it.
I'm old, Wyatt.
No, that's okay. You know what they're not talking about in those two states? They can talk about reparations all they want to, but they're not talking about how to make sure that the reparation money is secured. In other words, like when I give you this money, they don't have to tell me what I can and what I can't do with it, but they're not giving any education with it. Do you understand what I'm saying, bro?
Wyatt, why do you think on the federal level they came up with HR 40? That's a study.
Right.
California, the Reparations Task Force. Wyatt, the government is going to control what a Black person can and cannot do with that money if they even get it.
Right.
So, but again, Wyatt, we know federally it's not going to happen. It's going to have to happen locally on the state level. And how do states get money to get them people to show up and vote? They get that money from Washington. Because Joe Biden already came up with another scheme to relieve student loan debt for some people out there. But it ain't going to be for none of the young people. It's going to be for old people.
Right, but that's
older people that's been paying for the last 10, 15 years.
Well, see, you got to understand something, Drop. It don't take a whole lot of explanation when them guys talk. All they do is put numbers on the screen and virtual signal their points. And what I mean by that is, just like I think it was DC said yesterday, he said that Joe Biden is giving away $39 billion in loan relief. And it's not really him that's doing it. This is something that's been in motion for years on top of years. This was before him. It was before Trump. This has been going on forever. All he did,
exactly.
Yeah, it's you have to make 120 payments towards your student loans, and they'll forgive the remaining balance of your student loans. But a lot of people just hadn't known about it. They didn't know if they qualified for it. And all Biden did was go in, have his team. He didn't have anything to do with it, but he gets the credit. Oh, my bad, DC. He said that was not me. My apologies, DC. I thought you said something about that you were talking about the money that Biden was bringing to for loan forgiveness for college. And it may not have been him. It was probably somebody else. But that all being said, I had to explain yesterday on the show or the day before that Biden didn't create this $39 billion in forgiveness school loan. This has already been there. He's just reminding people that it's there, and now he's slapping his name on it and making it look like.
But see, Wyatt, he could have used that at first when he knew that the one that they put out that was unconstitutional. They knew it. They said it.
Drop.
But see again, Wyatt, that's where people like you come in.
Wyatt. Let me say this to you, brother. I'm gonna say this. I don't want to attack the old man, but let me just say this. I know that he is a 50-year vet as a politician, but he's not as savvy as he thinks he is. Okay, he's very transparent to me because of the way I could see him move. I could see him move at nighttime with infrared. I just can see him. And I'm just being honest. I know when people make moves and try to get credit for things. And what he's doing is he's reminding, and here's another thing that he don't even understand that a lot of people do understand. A lot of people don't know this, but out of that $39 billion, everybody don't qualify because you would have had to have stayed in a nonprofit organization to work in a nonprofit organization or some volunteer team, job. It has to be like a nonprofit organization or a hospital or something of that nature. Everybody don't qualify for that. And that's where you're going to break a lot of hearts when they find out.
But again, Wyatt, either way, it's going to be challenged anyway. But this is just shit to keep people. Remember, the Democrat Party is a safe haven. Keep them comfortable.
Tracy from Cincinnati said something. She said, that's not Tracy from Cincinnati. She said, that's not what Biden is doing. Biden's plan and the existing plan is not the same.
Of course it's not the same because it's unconstitutional. Congress has to do this, not the president. He's the executive branch.
I think what she's
in the legislative branch. He can write an executive order, but it can also be challenged in court like the last one he did. So again, all he's doing, Wyatt, is showing people who are already in the system, who already been paying, he's showing them a loophole. When they talk, that's what they say when they talk about the tax code. They're talking about the student loan code by Fannie Mae. There's some shit in all that shit that nobody reads that says if you do this, you can get this. That's all he's doing.
Right. Well,
that's all he's doing.
I'm assuming Tracy is saying, because she said Biden is giving to everyone who is not participating in that, which means I think she's talking about the 120 payment plan, because she said the existing 120 plan is for civil servants, nonprofits, and teachers. That's what that is.
Right. That's how they come up with the money, with the dollar figure, because these were payments that they would have received from these student loan borrowers. Okay. So, but either way, Wyatt, like I said, brother, it's all about communication, Wyatt. It's about the people that's watching and the ones who ain't sure of what they seeing and listening to. It's voices like yours, Wyatt. It's just more y'all out here now that cannot be suppressed anymore. They can't fight it. Social media is what it is until they really start to regulate it. But they are fearful that some shit is going to be exposed about how these political parties work, because it's just so obvious about how you can see things are different when Trump was in the White House and that he's out of the White House. You can see it. It's just you don't treat this president the same way. It's so obvious, everybody can see it. So again, Wyatt, I'm gonna let somebody else get on. Good topic, but before I go, this is what Perm in the Suit said. He said that the August 26th demonstration will not be a commemoration, but a continuation of the dream Dr. King outlined at the Lincoln Memorial in 1963. Now, with democracy under threat and violent hate crimes on the rise, it is essential to galvanize around that dream and push back against the consecrated efforts to peel away hard-won civil rights. So, again, Wyatt,
there you go.
You love your people. The people love you. But, it's always me before we. Peace out, Wyatt.
Peace out to you, bro. I appreciate you calling in. That's Drop Squad 52 out of California. I appreciate him calling in, dialing in. We're running up against the hour. I got a couple more minutes, couple more seconds. One of the things I wanted to talk about today, but I didn't get to it, so we'll do it on Friday, which is tomorrow. And it's a great topic for tomorrow because it'll give me some time to lick my wounds. Y'all know I like to do some things that is a little controversial, that might have some we might sway different ways and get to arguing and tongue wrestling and shit. One of the things I want to bring up is this man right here. This is Jason Alden. This man right here wrote a song, right? Jason Adalden. He wrote a song and it's called what is that shit? It's Small Town, Not in This Town. Not in This Town, I believe it is. And he getting some blowback. And I think tomorrow will be a great day to talk about this. I don't know. I think Emmanuel is on right now, or is he about to go on? And if so, I'll get right off. But I kind of want to give y'all an in track of what this is about, okay? He's not on right now, so that'll give me a couple seconds to let you guys understand what we're going to talk about tomorrow. And that is this. This man wrote a song called Not in This Small Town. I'm going to let you hear a little bit of it. And I want you all to tell me if this song is racist or what is, how do you take this? Because basically, let me take this picture down. Basically what it is, I think, to be honest with you, I think it's some bullshit. I think that people are trying to, it's selective outrage. This man wrote a song and he's incorporating what's been going on in America. Now, I've been telling people since I was yay so high that I don't think there's much difference between rap music and country music. Now, the sounds, the beats and the slurs and, like the dialect and all that is different. But I'm talking about the messages. I'm talking about the messages. Like, rap music talk about the shit going on in their hood. Country music do the same thing. Rap music talk about the bitches and the hoes. Country music do the same thing. They just say it different. They don't degrade their women in their music like we do. Sorry, I got to just be honest with you. They don't degrade their women, and their women aren't calling themselves bitches and hoes. I'm the baddest bitch on this track. Hee-haw. They not doing that. They're not doing that. So this man is getting blowback right now from the country, and I know it's selective outrage. I know it's some bullshit because they trying to say that this man is racist because of the things that he's claiming that won't happen in a small town or would happen in a big town, in a city near you, won't happen in a small town. And I'm going to tell y'all, I don't care how you feel about me. The man ain't lying. He ain't lying. And the greatness, hold on, let me see if I got this clip. I'm going to let you hear some about what the young boys are saying. Let me see. Let me see if I got the Jason. Let me see if I got his clip. Jason Alden clip. Yeah. I'm going to stop talking. I want you to hear what the young people. Jenny says this before I get into the clip of what the young man said. It's a young black dude. She said, it's not the words in the song, Wyatt. I have no issue with that. However, what was Jason Aladdin's intent and why did he choose that particular courthouse to film his video? Well, let me just say this to you. That, if I'm not mistaken, that courthouse, let me give the history of the courthouse. The courthouse bared a decision on a lynching of a black man back in the lynching days. Okay, I don't know what particular year it was, but it wasn't no time recently. So back in the day, a black man got lynched and the decision came from that particular courthouse. Now, last time I checked, a whole lot of the shit that's been in rap videos had a lot to do with some of the areas, some of the oppressed things that we've been through have been in their videos, their rap videos, graveyards and communities that are down and ridden and out. And there's a whole lot of shit that you can say about this. If that courthouse happens to be in the area that he lives in, you trying to tell me they ain't wrongfully have convicted a black man in the city of Cincinnati, and you telling me that the rappers in Cincinnati ain't never went downtown, shot a music video in the same area where some misjustice have gone on, some injustice gone on? Of course it happens. I don't think there's a hidden message here. I think it's flat out what it is. I don't think he's subliminally saying anything. I think the motherfucker's saying exactly what he means. I think what he's saying is the shit y'all doing in these big cities, you can't do that shit in a small town. And I think the reason why he's saying that is because small towns have more of a community, let the community raise us type of mentality. It hasn't left from the small towns in America. We can't say that in our neighborhood. See, we can get mad at this man all we want to, but he has a level of, there's a huge level of correctness. Whether we like it or not. Whether we like it or not. If you listen to country music and you listen to the messages and the storytelling in country music, it don't compare to the stories and the shit that we got in rap music. And the shit that's going on in our big cities, that's not what's going on in our small cities. And what he's basically saying is you can try that shit in a small town, it ain't gonna go. And that the reason being is because we look out for one another. It ain't gotta be about no white person, black person. There's small towns in America that are black and they don't go for the bullshit that's going on in Cleveland. You know, there's some small towns throughout America that are predominantly black and they don't have the same type of problems that inner city black America have. So what makes it that? Nah, he ain't say nothing about no sundown town. You tripping. See, y'all get caught up in them subliminal messages and you getting caught up in that shit they want you to focus on. Nah, I just want, I'm just being honest with you, bro. I know some small towns where the judge owned the gas station. And the community stick together. And if we had our shit together, we could easily do what they do. We could easily do that. That's the shit I be talking about. If we all if we all were entitled to the $500,000, that's why you hear people talk about we overpopulated. No, we're not. We're not overpopulated. We could go get land in Georgia. You could go get land in Missouri. You could go get land in Iowa. And you can build these communities, these small towns. This shit can be built. It can be built. We just don't stick together. We don't want to be together. We fake and we perp. We pretend we love each other. We pretend we love each other. We like each other. We pretend that shit. We pretend it. But we ain't done nothing in this world with the money that we getting. We ain't done nothing to show it. All we do is build shit to make money off of each other. But we don't build anything to comfort one another. We just build money. We build things to make money off of each other. That's all we do. We don't build and make money with each other. We build and make money off of each other. And y'all can doubt me if you want to. Let me let one of these young boys hit it. Let me let this little young dude right here say what he got to say about the song.
Jason Aldean. He created a song, as usual. But this song, it seems that everybody's having a problem with it. So I took the liberty of listening to it on live stream. If you're not familiar with the song I'm talking about, it's Try That in a Small Town from Jason Aldean. Amazing country singer. And after listening to the whole song, I just realized there is not a damn thing wrong in that song. All he's saying in that song is around and find out. He's not talking about anybody specific. He didn't mention a single bit of color. If you felt pressed about what he said in that song, he's talking about you. Because when he's talking about robbing a store, when he's talking about talking shit to the cops, I know what you're thinking. It's gotta be black people, right? He didn't say that. He didn't say anything about color. He didn't say anything about race. And last time I checked, all races rob stores and talk shit to the cops. One just so happens to do a little bit more than usual. That's not the point. Jason Aldean made the song about small towns. Small towns don't put up with shit. Criminals in big cities are able to get away with more shit. The local shopkeepers are afraid of them. But in a small town, you can't get away with shit that you normally would get away with. And that's what he's saying. Try that in a small town. It ain't going to be the same. And he's right. And he's not talking about no damn sundown town, because I know that's what people are going to say. Go to a small town and act a fool and see what happens. I don't need to say nothing else other than stream that song, because that's a damn good song.
All right, guys. Well, I'll be honest. It ain't my favorite song. It's not like I don't even know the artist. I'm not vouching for him. I'm just saying that I know that the shit that I hear coming out of rappers' mouths today, and I know y'all can pick one little rapper that keeps shit 100 and is the new KRS-One and is the new X Clan. We can always find one, maybe two or three. But the majority of rappers today are talking nonsense. And they are culturalizing our kids to nonsense. Fucking nonsense. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a little bit of this song so y'all can hear what it is. You'll know exactly what we're talking about here. And you'll see some of the things that he put in the song as far as the, he put what is it? He put the backgrounds in the song, like the pictures of rioting and things of that nature. He put all that in the song. But if you notice, he ain't just put black people in there from rioting and looting and shit. There are white people in this video, Antifas, that are in here being rough, that are breaking the law. He talking about them too. He talking about everybody that was involved in this shit. So check it out.
Sucker punch somebody on a sidewalk, carjacking old lady at a red light, pull a gun on the owner of a liquor store. You think it's cool, act a fool if you like, cuss out a cop, spit in his face, stomp on the flag and light it up. Yeah, you think you're tough? Well, try that in a small town. See how far you make it down the road. Around here we take care of our own. You cross that line, it won't take long for you to find out. I recommend you don't. Try that in a small town. Got a gun that my granddad gave me.
All right, I don't want to get flagged on YouTube nor on Facebook. You can only play so much before they get you down and say that you use somebody's lyrics or they content. I don't want to get flagged for that. However, I seen white people in those videos spitting in a police officer's face, talking crazy to a police officer. If I'm not mistaken, they show white people doing that in that video. I mean, the actions, the verse is going with what they showing in the background, and he showed a black guy jump over the counter when he said rob my grandfather's liquor store. But when it came down to spitting in a police officer's face and talking crazy to the police, he showed white people doing that. But I know this is going to be something that we going to argue and fight and tongue wrestle over because we just love to be argumentative and we love to do all that. But you know what I don't hear the same people talking about? Let's be honest. Let's be real. The same folks that's making this a big ass deal, not you and I, we're not making this a big deal. Highsbus didn't even know nothing about it. I just now picked it up. I'm only having a conversation about it because it makes me go into what I've been talking about our music. Fuck they music. I don't listen to it anyway. I would have never known about this country music if it wasn't for some black chaos agent who looks at a soft target and wants to attack that white man for saying what he's saying and not paying attention to what's being played and said in our music. See, there we go once again. Paying attention to what somebody else doing, and foolery and foolishness is going on in our lyrics. You don't believe me? Check this shit out.
Real hot girl shit.
DA got that dope.
That ain't the baby, that's my baby.
Her friends and her mom hate me. Go. Lay down on the bed, do the crap.
puss in a while. She had the boy waiting, I don't mind waiting. Oh, you ain't gonna respond to my text? Oh, yeah. Want me keep on my diamonds with sex? What's your name? Keisha, Key, Jasmine, Kiera, Megan, go, Lisa, Ashley, Sierra, Sarah. She got her hands on her knees with her ass in the air. Who that little bitch a player? If her friends ain't around to record it, she been over, shake that little ass in the mirror. Like, I am. What a nigga gotta do for your number? Shorty came through with that hair so good, I said, fuck it, I ain't using no rubber. Way she make that ass bounce, think I love her. Got that ass in that mouth from her mother. Type to make your bae mad, you in trouble. NBA playoffs, that ass, it's a bubble. Like, come on, throw that ass back.
That ain't the baby, that's my baby.
Her friends and her mom hate me. Go. Lay down on the bed, do the cry, baby. Go. She ain't gave me none of that puss in a while. She had the boy waiting, I don't mind waiting. Oh, you ain't gonna respond to my text? Oh, yeah? Want me keep on my diamonds with sex? What's your name?
Real hot girl shit. Ay. Lay on my stomach, toot it up, do the cry, baby. Look back, hold it open, now he annihilated. Moaning like a bitch when he hit this pussy. Damn, he probably wanna wear my hoodie. Choke me, spank me, look at me, thank me. If I give it to another nigga, he'll hate me. Spit, slurp, give him that work. Feel too fast for me, not a nigga hurt. Deeper, I need a reaper. Thought I was in trouble, how you tearing them cheeks up. Keep me a freak, who the flavor of the week. If I make up the rules, then I don't think it's cheating. Jordan, Tommy, Timothy, Daniel, might let Jonathan bring in Sarah. Bitch tryna brag about taking my man. Ha, I needed me a nigga off my hands. Don't fuck me like that, fuck me like this, yeah. Ay, his friends and his dad hate me. I broke his little heart, he a cry, baby. If I ain't let him hit the pussy by now, then that nigga lame if he still waiting. I ain't even.
I know. The beat dope, ain't it? Y'all know we always follow the rhythm of the beat. Since we were slaves, we followed the drum beat in the air, and we would go in the direction of the drum beat. You see what I'm saying? I already know. That's why our little girls love that song. But did you hear what she said? Did y'all hear what she said in that last verse? I played a lot of it because I couldn't wait for that little girl to say, that stallion girl, I couldn't wait for her to say that if he's still waiting for the P, then he a lame ass. Y'all heard that part, right? Let me play that part for you, because I'm the one who told ladies, be patient. Men, be patient. See, this ain't family shit, but this is what our families are watching these days. So if you mad at the white boy for saying the shit he's saying or in his videos, if y'all mad at that shit, you should be mad at what's keeping us stuck in the way that we think in the day. How you gonna see the soft target is the white boy who ain't gonna say nothing back. But if you ain't attacking the music that's hurting us and putting us in a cultural enslavement, then you ain't brave to me. You're not brave to me. See, you will run and talk about how they racist and this and this and that, when in fact, believe it or not, this is the heaviest oppressed situation and trash ass music that you can possibly put out there. It's making little girls be okay with being slut buckets, goofy ass players, ain't shit ass women, and ain't no man ever gonna wife a woman up like that. We sell it to our children and we okay with it. But you know what we worried about? We worried about a white boy that make a country song about do this shit in my town. That's more important to you than what your kids absorbing. I bet ain't no black kids never even heard that fucking song that the white boy then made. Who put that shit on the radar? Ain't no black kid even thinking about going to a small town, doing the shit that he do in Chicago. He's watching this. Now listen to this verse that she says. Listen to this verse.
I broke his little heart, he a cry, baby. If I ain't let him hit the pussy by now, then that nigga lame if he still waiting.
If I ain't let him hit the P by now, that mean he lame and he's still waiting. Does that tell you, does that say, is that wifey material? Is that somebody that you would want your son to be with? Is that something? Okay, who said that? Oh, LaDonna said, I never heard neither one of them. You ain't in that age group. Neither am I. Okay, I just got children. I mean, I know what they listening to. I see the shit on the YouTubes. You see what I'm saying? But think about our popular artists. Think about, so you telling me if that girl, Megan Thee Stallion, who is one of the biggest stars in the rap game right now, y'all know she is. She doing the BETs and the Essence Awards and all this old shit. Her nasty ass is doing all the big popular prestigious shows when we was coming up. BET was a prestigious spot. To be able to open up BET or close it out, you had to be some shit. You had to be the man, the woman. Think about it. Y'all gotta understand, I don't agree with a lot of shit, but I ain't critical of it. But the one thing that I am critical of is why we pay so much attention to what somebody else is doing when we got so much internal cleaning that needs to be done. How are we going to talk about the white boy who got a song about a small town and don't bring that shit over here? But yet we got all this stuff going on within our own walls. Somebody explain that shit to me. Somebody explain that to me. And now here's the thing. There's some of us saying, well, I never heard that song. I ain't never heard neither one of the songs. That's what some of y'all saying. You might be right. But your children, I know if you black right now, what's the likelihood if this topic never came up? What's the likelihood of your son or daughter, you being black, what's the likelihood of your son or daughter hearing the country song or the Megan Thee Stallion song? Which one you think they gonna run into first? Which one you think they gonna run into first? They definitely gonna run into that damn Megan Thee Stallion shit because what is it? The analog. What is the shit? The algorithm. The algorithm. The algorithm is going to lead them right to it. Listen to a Beyonce song, and I can guarantee you the algorithms are gonna steer you to Megan Thee Stallion. Listen to another song that's on the top charts of R&B and rap and shit like that. The algorithms are gonna steer you right to Megan Thee Stallion. It ain't gonna tell you nothing about the country music. There's a chaos agent out there right now, a perm in a suit that's telling you, there go America right there. Look at him. This is America. This is a representation of how they feel about us. They daring us to come in their neighborhoods. They want us to come in here. Look at the courthouse. Show me one motherfucking courthouse in this country that ain't got dirt on it. Show me one courthouse that don't have some dirt on it. Show me one courthouse in the country that don't have a black man that's been wrongfully convicted in it. Show me one. Show me one one courthouse that ain't never convicted a white man unjustly. Show me one. Show me a courthouse in this country that's clean. Your fucking White House is a trap house. The White House ain't even clean. How a damn courthouse gonna be clean? It start at the courthouse. See, chaos agents create all this shit to keep everybody separated, divided. That's all it is. We got to be smarter than that. And you know who do us the worst? Y'all know who do us the worst. You know who do us the worst? Our own folks. Our own leadership who want to sound relevant. They'll make this an issue. They'll make this so they'll sound 14 karat smart. And they'll make that country song the pure definition of what America is today. But you can't leave out this part. This is America today as well. But what kids? Fuck the adults. I'm talking about the upkeep. I'm talking about what children are enhancing this. What 15 and 16-year-old boys are finding these type of women attractive? Explain it. Why are we worried about that music? Let's clean our shit up. John Ludd 24 from YouTube said, meanwhile, they just cut Ukraine another check. What are we up to? $140 billion? Yeah. Let's see here. Fame says, no, Wyatt, I'm going to explain in detail why dude's song is inappropriate and an idle threat. Meaning what? Don't come with your guns, robbing our stores, burning our flags, doing the shit that we seen in the city of Chicago, seeing the shit that we seen during the riots of 2020. Don't bring that shit to their town. It's more, yeah, you're right. It is a threat. I'm okay with that threat. I would love for us to be able to say that. I would love for us to be able to say, hey, guess what? This is our Forest Park. This is our community. Don't bring that bullshit in here. Throw your trash in the trash cans that's set up outside. Everybody keep their grass cut. Our property values stay tall. That's how we supposed to be living. But you know what? We so caught up on what other people doing that we not keeping our shit in order. We not keeping our shit in order. We don't even know we don't even have that same attitude. You know who hold it down more than anybody in the hood? The motherfucking gangsters that get money out the hood. You can't be from another set and go to somebody's community. But the people that live there the people that don't do the hood no good, treat the hood more secure than the people that live there. Think about it. If you got on a red outfit, you can't go in some neighborhoods. California, y'all know what I'm talking about. You got on red, you can't go where blue is. You got on blue, you can't go where red is. If you Crip or blood or whatever, you can't go to these places. They got more rules than we got, and we regular citizens. And they hold what do they call? They hold they hood down. We don't. So I ain't got no motherfucking problem with what the country boy done said. Because I would want us black men to step up and hold a hood down just like that and make a song about it. But you know what our songs have to say? Our songs wouldn't be that. Our songs wouldn't talk. When we talk about our hood in music, it ain't got nothing, it ain't no pride in it. Lil Durk got a motherfucker shot in the back, got hit, all the attack, oh shit. When they come to our hood, spray paint the wall, fuck that shit, all that shit, all that old goofy ass shit. And now they want to be outraged because a white boy make a country song and it's about don't bring that shit to my small town. You got to be kidding me. I wish we had the balls to do some shit like that. The busies. I wish we had the busies. The busies. I wish we had the balls to do some shit like that. But we don't. But we'll get mad at a motherfucker that does. And he got to be a racist. He got to send subliminal messages. There's no subliminal message here sent. The motherfucker's cut and dry saying it. Don't bring that shit to where I live. Pretty cut and dry to me. Pretty cut and dry to me. I don't know. I tell you what I want to cover again. Tomorrow we're going to talk a little bit more about this, and we also going to talk about this Carly Russell situation. Oh, yeah. For y'all that don't know, the Carly Russell lady, little girl, I don't know how old she is and none of that. But she done got caught up in some bullshit, and y'all seen my post that I put out. I said it was the motherfucking Google searches for me. When she put the Google searches out about how, she put Google searches out there talking about some, the movie Taken. I need to learn some shit before I fake my disappearance. She put Taken out on her Google. Don't y'all know that these phones tell on your ass? Like, you can't do nothing. The phone tell you where you were. It has a chip in it. It has a locator in it. It tell you where you been for the last week. It could keep up with you for 30 days. You do know that, right? And you know the first thing they do is they go to the history of the phone, of the Google searches. And I mean, how stupid can motherfuckers be? Oh, my God. Oh, they just don't know. Drives me crazy. And Perm in the suit and all of them was getting geared up. They was getting geared up. Where my boots at? Perm. Well, hey, shit, let me slick my shit back. Let me get my shit right. Let me get my shit tight. Call Louise, tell her to get my perm touched up on the side. It's time to go to work. Get my suit, Louise. Shit. Motherfuckers, they got another little black girl out there I got to straighten out, motherfucker. Hey, tell Call Baptist Church, tell them I'm going to be in Memphis on Tuesday. Tell them I want the breasts size, the breasts on the chicken. Tell them don't give me no dark meat. I don't eat the dark meat. Perm in the suit was ready to put it on for y'all. He was ready. Touch up my ends. Touch up my ends. We got to go to Memphis. They talking shit. Another little girl, little sister. Praise the Lord. Touch up my ends, Carol. Tell him I'm on my way. Tell him don't put no dark meat on my plate. I don't eat dark meat no more. But sorry about his luck. Sorry about it, Captain. No need for you. Seems like it was a scheme, scam, and all that old other shit. She done Googled all this old other shit, talking about some how to get taken. She Google searched a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, come on now, little girl. Talking about a baby was walking for 600 yards. That's 6 football fields at night. We'll talk about it tomorrow. Peace and love to everybody, man. I'll see you guys tomorrow. It'll be Friday tomorrow, right? Yes, thank God. Friday tomorrow, man. We'll talk about it, be about it, and all that, and I'll be able to lick my wounds over the weekend. We'll talk about some more of the Jason guy who put the video out, the country singer. Then we'll talk a little bit about the Carly Russell. That's the young lady that they calling her Jessie Smollett. Y'all know Smollett. He became the Chaos Agent of the Year last year. I'm thinking this young lady is in a strong run for Chaos Agent of the Year this year. Peace and love to everybody, man. See y'all on the next one.
1, 2. Check me out right here, yo.
Yo, the sun don't shine forever, but as long as it's here, then we might as well shine together. Better now than never, business before pleasure. P. Diddy and the fam, who you know do it better. Yeah, right, no matter what, we airtight. So when you hear something, make sure you hear it right. Don't make an ass out of yourself by assuming our music keeps you moving. What are you proving? You know that I'm 2 levels above you, baby. Hug me, baby, I'ma make you love me, baby. Talking crazy ain't gonna get you nothing but choke. And that jealousy is only gonna leave you broke. So the only thing left now is God for these cats. And babe, you know you too hard for these cats. I'ma win cause I'm too smart for these cats. While they making up facts, we waking up plaques.
In the commission, you ask for permission to hit him. He don't like me, hit him while wifey was with him. You heard of us, the murderers, most shady. Been on the low lately, the feds hate me. The sun is they say my killing's too blatant. You hesitating, I'm in your mama crib waiting. Duct taping, your fam, destiny lays in my hands. Gat lays in my waist. Francis, M to the is H phenomenal. Gun rest under your vest, by the abdominal. Rhyme a few bars so I can buy a few cars. Then I kick a few flows so I can pimp a few hoes. Excellence is my presence. Never tense, never hesitate. Leave a nigga bent real quick, real sick. Wrong nights I perform like Mike. Anyone, Tyson, Jordan, Jackson, action, back guns, ridiculous. And I'm quick to bust if my ends you touch. Kids or girl you touch. In this world I clutch. 2 auto, Matos. Used to call me Fatso, now you call me Castro. My rap flows militant, y'all faggots ain't killing shit. Oops, Cristal keeps spilling shit. You overdid it, Holmes. You in the danger zone. You shouldn't be alone. Hold hands and say it like me. The most shady, Frankie baby, fantastic, graphic. Trying to make dough like Jurassic. Parked in, quick to spark kids who start shit. See me, only me, the underboss of this Holocaust. Truly yours, Frank White.
I got the real live shit from front to back. To my people in the world, where the fuck you at? Where my niggas is at? Where my niggas is at? Where the fuck my bitches at? Where my bitches is at? We got the real live shit from front to back. To my people in the world, where the fuck you at? Where my niggas is at? Where my niggas is at? Where the fuck my bitches at? Where my bitches is at?
Put your money on the table and get get your math on. Break it down, split it up, get your laugh on. See you later, dog, I'ma get my stash on. There's a bag full of money that I get my ass on. I never lose the passion to go platinum. Said I live it up till all the cash gone. Ain't that funny? Only use plastic, crafted to make classics. Hotter than acid, PD, blowing on your tape of CD. The Billboard killer, no team killer. The famo, ammo is every channel. We've been hot for a long time, burning like a candle. What you can do is check your distribution. My songs bump in Houston like Scarface produced them. You ain't got it like me, you just mad cause I tell her how it is and you tell her how it might be.
We got this shit mad tight, brass knuckles and flashlights. The heaters and the 2-seaters with 2 meters. Senoritas, kiss rings when you meet us. P. Diddy run the city, show no pity. I'm the witty one, Frank's the crook from the brook. Maddie broke the neck of your coat connect. No respect, squeeze off to all y'all diminish. Shootouts for 20 minutes until we finish. Then it's to the loot, escape in the coupe, break bread with the kiss. Panero, chic loots, Black Rob join the mob. It ain't no replacing him, niggas step up. We just macing them, placing them in funerals. Criminals turn the vows to Brick City. Nobody come off like P. Diddy. Business wise, I play men. Hard money on the island Cayman. Y'all just betray men, we spray men. Opposition, competition of a day in the life of the commission.
We got the real live shit from front to back. To my niggas in the world, where the fuck you at? Where my niggas is at? Where my niggas is at? Where the fuck my bitches at? Where my bitches is at? We got the real live shit from front to back. To my niggas in the world, where the fuck you at? Where my niggas is at? Where my niggas is at? Where the fuck my bitches at? Where my bitches is at? We got the real live shit from front to back. To my niggas in the world, where the fuck you at? Where my niggas is at? Where my niggas is at? Where the fuck my bitches at? Where my bitches is at? We got the real live shit from front to back. To my niggas in the world, where the fuck you at? Where my niggas is at? Where my niggas is at? Where the fuck my bitches at? Where my bitches is at? We got the real live shit.
Fuck y'all niggas wanna do?
It's all fucked up now.